This is what makes the narcissist dangerous. Think about that for a minute. So you're learning that yes, the narcissist is dangerous. You had no idea. You didn't know what narcissism was. You're learning and you are becoming stronger than you ever thought possible. You see, as you are getting stronger, many people on the planet are catching up to you. Many people, this will be their first video they're ever consuming. Other people, it'll be the 10,000th video they've consumed. Now you may say, well, wait, 10,000 videos, that's a lot of videos. Well, it's a drop in the bucket when you realize how much time you placed into the person you're considering. A 10, 20, 15-minute video times 10,000, that's a drop in the bucket compared to the time and the energy and all the effort that you placed into that person. That's why you're healing. Because again, if the person you are thinking about or considering, if they didn't do damage to you, you don't find my channel. You don't research narcissism. You don't want to learn about mindset, about humanity, about empathy, and of course about narcissism and toxicity. But you have a craving. You need answers to the questions you have. And I provide as many of those as I possibly can each and every day when I create videos. You see, at one point I was where you are. Whether today's the first day in your journey or today is, the 10,000th day, whatever it is, I've been where you are. And I know what it takes to cut the 4 ties from the narcissist. The 4 ties are the emotional, the financial, the physical, and of course the spiritual tie. They must be cut by you, for you, and to benefit you. And if they're not cut, that means that the narcissist could rear their ugly head in the future and try to do what they've always tried to do with you or with other people, which is destroy your life. Again, everything goes back full circle. All of my videos have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And for this video, I am explaining to you and describing to you why and how the narcissist is dangerous. Go back in time. You didn't know what narcissism was. You had no idea. When you met this person, and that person, what did they do? They learned all about you. They learned about you, what you wanted to do, how smart you were, how much money you had in the bank, your hopes, dreams, aspirations, what your weak spots were, which is very important, what your strengths were. And they tried to figure out if you would be a suitable source of supply that they could glom onto for a period of time, which was the length of that relationship. Well, you won the prize. The narcissist was vetting other people, not just you when you first met them, no matter what you think. They were vetting way more than just you, but you won because you had the most to offer, or for whatever reason, you were believing in their mask more than the other people were. You see, the narcissist takes calculated risks, and the risks they take only benefit themselves. The risks will never benefit you. They never have. Truth of the matter is, you took all the risks. They got all the reward. Think about it. Think about how much good news the narcissist ever shared with you. Nothing. But yet they took everything out on you. That's why these people are sinking ships. That's why these people are the polar opposite of you. I'm referring to the narcissists. And that's why the narcissist won't change. They can't introspect. They can't be accountable. They can't be authentic. What they want to do is just continue to use people up, crush their hopes, steal their dreams, and abuse their health and their money and time and everything else, and then discard them. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what the narcissist has been doing long before you found my channel, and that's what the narcissists, plural, have been doing long before I even figured out what narcissism was. But I did, and I'm here, and now I'm paying it forward to help you out. And that's why you need to remember and recognize how dangerous the narcissist is. The narcissist is a master manipulator. They can use their words to charm and to lure and to play the victim card or to come at somebody from authority position, whatever they want to. But their words are hollow. Their words are shallow. The words are a dime a dozen. Their words never meant anything to them. They meant everything to you. Again, another illustration of the polar opposite people, you and the narcissist. But why the narcissist is dangerous? It's many reasons. Here are many reasons. One, it's because this narcissistic relationship that you're considering, if you haven't cut the ties, then you have work to do. You need to recognize that. Flip it. If you have cut the ties, then you've done everything that you can do to this point to insulate and protect yourself. And I can assure you that has served you very well. But for those people who haven't fully gotten the message yet or are still working on cutting the ties, the rest of this video, as are all of the videos I create, the rest of this video is specifically for you. You see, if you still are giving the narcissist the time of day, or they can still communicate with you in any form, email, text, in person, snail mail, or a call, or voicemail, whatever it is, then that means they have the ability to try to tap into you. When I say tap into you, I mean to still try to play on your heartstrings, or to try to claim that they need money, or they need time, or they apologize, they're so wrong, they made mistakes, or just give them 2 more months rent and they'll never talk to you again, whatever it would be. Well, what you need to understand is these people are professional grifters. They are professional snake oil salespeople. They're con artists. They are people who live in a low vibrational state. And if they don't have an audience, they can't extract from that audience. If they do have an audience, say they have an audience of 10 people, up to 1,000 people, well, certainly some of those people are going to fall into the trap, right? Exactly. That's why you have to go no contact. And I'm sure you heard that hawk saying hello right there. That's why you have to go no contact. You don't want to be one of those 10 people or 10,000 people. You don't want anything to do with negativity or toxicity or the narcissist. The narcissist is way more dangerous than you have ever given them credit for. Think about something. Money. Again, what does the narcissist love more than money? They love your money more than money. And when the money runs out, the narcissist usually runs out. Well, who in their right mind would steal from another person that they claimed that they were in love with? A narcissist. Who would hide money in gold, in silver, in crypto, in different foreign assets, in other 401ks, or sending it off to their brother or sister in a different jurisdiction, town, state, country, whatever, zip code, so they could have legal access to the money, but it wouldn't be under the person's name that you're considering? A narcissist. Who would use up all of your money, claiming that they didn't have money, and when you had no money, they'd be gone? A narcissist. You see where I'm going with this? This is what these people do. Side note, pro tip, I've touched on this the last few days in videos. I'm going to illustrate it again. You, yes you, I can assure you, you're seeing more and more toxic behavior. Not from the person you're considering, the apex predator, the narcissist. I'm referencing complete strangers. People you've seen in coffee shops, on buses, in traffic, at your job, at the water cooler, when you're buying food at the grocery store, on and on. You're seeing more strange behaviors or peculiar behaviors. You may say, yeah, I am. Why? Well, the reason why is because some of those people are toxic and they don't have access to people like you any longer. See, it's all coming full circle. Another reason is because other people, life isn't going the way they want it to be going for them, and they want to take it out on other people. There's more narcissism for you. And the third reason, and there are probably another 50 I could give you, but I'll give you the third one, is because these people, whoever are throwing adult temper tantrums in the public eye, it's because they're looking for something that they're not getting from themselves, which is attention, which is acknowledgement, which is, yeah, you need help. They need help. All these people. If you see somebody going off the rails in traffic or at a grocery store or something, yeah, you could claim, well, they just had a tough day at work, or something happened, or they just lost a loved one. I get the whole thing, and maybe some of that's true. But when you see it repeatedly and you see it over and over again, you know something's changing, something's shifting. And that is the energetic change or shift that we are all experiencing. I'm changing, as are you. There are two sides to the ledger. You can only be on one side or the other, and you cannot ride the fence any longer, which means you're going to have to pick a side very soon if you haven't already. The narcissist has already picked their side. The side of toxicity, the side of illusion, the side of danger, and the side of misdirection and stealing everything from another person. I've chosen the good side, the side of empathy, kindness, love, abundance, trajectory, and helping my fellow human being out. That's what you have chosen, whether you know it or not, because you made it this far in the video. That's why you need to kick the narcissist to the curb once and for all. Go no contact. Block them, delete them, and remove them and everyone that's associated with them. Now, when you do that, it will take some time. It's not meaning you're gonna have a learning curve. Maybe the first couple days or hours, you're gonna be missing the connection you had with the toxic person. Well, that's par for the course. But remember, anything worth doing, it's not gonna be easy to do. That's why very few people want to do it. But when you cut the tie by going no contact, which possibly could be the first step you're implementing, maybe it's one of the last ones, then you will have made a very important change in your life. A change the narcissist never wanted you to make. But every positive change you make in your life, it deflates the narcissist. It improves your circumstances. That's why I suggest, and I have for years and I will continue to do so, you need to get as far away from these people as fast as you can. You need to run for the hills. The narcissist will never change. They will just continue to keep you trapped in that bottomless pit of quicksand going down further and further and further into that hellhole known as the narcissistic cycle, the trauma bond, the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog. And for any of you who don't think any of those 3 places or 4 places exist, clearly you haven't been in a narcissistic relationship, and you should count your lucky stars. For those of us who have been in those, existing in those places, we know it's anything but a pleasant experience. It's when you're frozen, it's when you're ruminating, it's when you're isolated, you're trapped, and it's when you can't make a decision. I've shared this for years in videos. There was a point in time in my life I couldn't make a decision to buy the proper peanut butter. Yes, me. Well, over time I figured it out, and now I make a decision when I want, how I want, and it benefits me because I, just like you, I come first, second, third. There's no room in my life for toxicity now, tonight, tomorrow, in the future, and there shouldn't be in your life either. So why then? This is what makes the narcissist dangerous. It's this. Think of all the unknowns that you currently have no idea about. There are known knowns and there are unknown knowns, which means this. You know a good amount about the narcissist, but do you know everything? Of course you don't. What percentage of information do you think that you know about the narcissist that you're considering? Maybe 90%, maybe 95%, maybe 98%? Well, I would drop those numbers and invert them. You may know 2%, maybe 4%, maybe 12%, but there is no way you actually know who the person is you're considering. You may think you know them, but you don't. You know what they showed you. You know what they told you. You know how they punished you. But again, when the narcissist wasn't with you, you will never know where they were. And even when they were with you physically, they weren't with you mentally. They were checked out. They were just making sure you were being a good soldier, doing what you were supposed to do. Was it cooking? Was it cleaning? Was it raising the kids? Was it going to work? Was it staying at home, not working? No matter what it was, the narcissist painted you in a corner and did their best to keep you trapped there. And they made sure that you would never have a voice. Well, that all worked until when? Until it didn't. And that is why you need to understand these people are extremely dangerous, the narcissists. They are capable of anything. And breaking free from the narcissistic relationship, I will tell you something that I've shared in one-on-one sessions, but I haven't shared in videos. It's not over until it's over. And when it's over, you will know when it's over. No one can tell you when it's over. You will know. Why? Because the cortisol will be all but gone. Yet your energy will be returning. You will be sleeping better. You will have cut the 4 ties from the narcissist. You will be doing things that are productive in your life for yourself. I can go on and on and on, but I'll stop there. I'm just sharing that you need to expect the unexpected if you are still connected to these people. And it's not over until it's over. And on top of that, you're going to have to fight tooth and nail to get yourself out of that relationship or out of that circumstance or environment, just like I did. Now, again, I've shared this for years. I was trapped and isolated in my house for 2 years and 2 days. I made it out. I've healed, and I have the unique ability, the luxury, the privilege, the honor, and the wherewithal to help people develop, create, and execute exit plans. That is just a drop in the bucket as to what I do and what I provide. So if you're interested in a one-on-one session with me, drop a email at narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. That's narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. Check out the link in the description below. But having said that, the narcissist is extremely dangerous. Think about this expression: cut off your nose to spite your face. That suits the narcissist perfectly. Probably a narcissist came up with that or watched someone implode their own life because they wanted to destroy someone else's life and they didn't care what happened to them in the meantime. And this is what the narcissist will do. This is why they push the limit over and over and over again. And this is why the narcissist believes that the rules don't apply to them. This is why they drag out everything through the legal system. This is why they counter-parented and they didn't co-parent with you. This is why you felt isolated, abandoned, trapped, manipulated, and left for dead. Sorry to say it, but that's exactly how I felt. And that's why you could never, and I mean never, have a healthy two-way communication conversation with the person, with the narcissist. Why? Because they didn't want to have it, because they couldn't have it. They didn't want to have it because they wanted to punish you. And they didn't want to have it because they wanted you begging for them to communicate with you, which is what you did. Hear that? Sounded like a snake. It wasn't, but that's an indication of Mother Nature saying, yep, you're spot on again, Andrew. Keep the wisdom coming. I will close the video in a moment. I'm just going to share this with you. The narcissist is extremely dangerous. And what makes them dangerous is this, in a very simple nutshell. They are on the planet with you. They are everywhere. They are in your coffee shop. They are in your grocery store. They are on the plane, the train, they're in your workplace. They could be your coworker, they could be your boss. They could be your Uber driver. They could be the person flying the plane. They could be the person teaching the class you're taking. They could be the person who is cheating off of you in the class. They could be your roommate, your flatmate, the person you bump into in the elevator. The narcissist is everywhere. They're shapeshifters. And that's why you need to bring your A game. You're one of the fortunate ones who figured it out. Just like all these thousands or millions or billions or trillions of pine needles behind me, you found the one needle, which was right there. You picked it up, you found it. And that's the only needle you needed to find. And that needle on it has one word written, and it says wisdom. This wisdom you're acquiring is a newfound superpower. And just like Spider-Man said years ago, and I read his Amazing Fantasy 15 issue this morning on a very special day. Some of you know what today is for me. I read that to commemorate Spider-Man, to commemorate myself, and to commemorate you. And I'll mention the famous quote that was mentioned in that Spider-Man Amazing 15 issue 15. It's this: with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. I read that exact sentence years ago, and I've read it probably every year since, and I read it this morning. I'm paying it forward to let you know, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. You have great power. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to continue to feed the beast, the narcissist? Are you going to go no contact? Are you going to understand that these people only deteriorate over time? I'm talking about the narcissists. Or are you going to put on your superpower? Not literally, I'm talking figuratively, metaphorically, and put on your superhero costume, which in my case today is a white shirt, and whatever you're wearing is a superhero costume, and go no contact, block that person, and realize that they are dangerous. And realize that out there on the planet, there are heroes out there. You are a hero. You really are. If no one's told you that, I'm telling you right now. Who's the villain? Yeah, you got it. The narcissist, the apex predator. Understand what I'm sharing. That's why you need to get the message loud and clear. The narcissist will never change. They are extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Think about what the smear campaign is. That's because they couldn't take you down on their own. So they had to enlist everybody you knew to jump on their smear campaign so all those people could jump in on the Kool-Aid drinking campaign to blow up your life. Well, how did that go? It didn't work, did it? No, because you're still here. That's why you need to understand. The narcissist is very dangerous. They're volatile. They make decisions in a split second. They're impulsive. They're sinking ships. And they're loyal to nobody. They only care about themselves. So once you wrap your head around the fact that what makes the narcissist dangerous, it's the fact that they're breathing air and that they can't be fixed. They can't be helped and they can't be changed. And you may say, well, wait, helped? You never said that before. They can be helped. Sure, they can be helped. You could give them money, you could give them time, you could give them your ideas and hopes and dreams and put a roof over their head and buy them cars. You can do whatever you want to. It's not going to change their thinking about you or the way they have disdain for you or how jealous they are of you or how envious of you they are. You see, that's the crux. What they have inside them, you don't have inside of you. And what you have inside of you, they try to steal from you. You need to understand they can't take anything from you any longer. That's why you have to close the chapter of the book on these people once and for all. Don't tempt fate. Take action. Understand something. You're changing, you're growing, you're evolving. You are entering or are in the third version of you. And that third version is a superhero version of you. Just like Spider-Man, just like Peter Parker, just like you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A couple quick things. One, understand that the narcissist is extremely dangerous. Two, understand that the narcissist will only get worse, which means more dangerous. Number three, you are seen, I can assure you, if you're out in the general public, driving a car, going to work, or interacting with human beings, I'm talking face-to-face, you are seeing some of the most strange or peculiar or unusual behaviors in this day and age that you've never seen before, but you're seeing them more and more commonplace. That's because some of those people are becoming unhinged. They don't know what to do. They don't have access to people like you any longer, and that's their problem, not yours. And the fourth thing I'll share with you is understand something. You're out. When you're out, stay out. Stay away from toxicity. There are so many people who are trapped in cycles right now that would do anything to be out and to have the wisdom you have. You have the wisdom, you're out. When you're out, you stay out, just like me. That's why this is my safe spot, this little patch of the Carolina woods and wilderness. Tomorrow I'll find a different safe spot. My hope is wherever you are doing the best you can do to insulate and protect yourself. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.